must admit he's confounded by Maximista's purchases.
Well, clearly you've never planned a wedding before. You're worried about Lulu. I'm worried about Lulu, too, but we already eliminated a suspect. We know Trevor Lansing isn't the one who planted those notes in Lulu's shady broker.
Yeah, but that means the pitiless fiend is free to prey upon her guilt over killing the warped one.
Lulu thought she was so crazy that she wrote those notes to herself. But she didn't, and we proved that to her. How relieved was she? We did that for her. And now Johnny is taking over. He said he would find out who's leaving Lulu those notes, and if he loves her as much as he supposedly says he does, then I say saving her is now his job.
Hear the wisdom of your words.
Besides, it's not like we're slacking in the friend department. I want to help Lulu. I really do. But I promised Robin I would help her with this wedding, and I'm her cousin. So I have to get it right. I need you to help me focus.
Okay, yeah, I stand ready to assist, but I must admit, when it comes to prenuptial preparations, I am but an empty vessel.
Are you saying there's actually something I know more about than you do?
There is much inside your brain, fair Maximista, that remains an impenetrable mystery to me.
Well, watch and learn.
Hi! Oh, wow. I see we're just in time to help.
Help what?
With the bird seed, of course.
No.
Okay, so you'll take a piece of this netting, and then with a spoon, scoop some bird seed and put it in the center, and then you'll tie the edges with a ribbon together like this.
Or, to make it easier, you can actually tie the top with a rubber band and then put a ribbon over top of it.
Or, even better, you can attach one of these cute little name cards that say Patrick and Robin on them. Oh,
There's one
He
right
looks
there.
confused.
You look confused.
Sure you know what you're doing there, buddy?
Just following orders with blind obedience.
I think this is well within your limits, considering that you operate on people's brains every day.
Yeah, well, when I'm in surgery, I actually know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it.
This is so that people can throw birdseed at us as we're walking out of church.
Mm-hmm. Rice kills birds.
Yes, and when birds eat rice, it expands on their stomach and it kills them.
You mean happy couples everywhere have been sending our avian friends to their bloated demise?
This is true, but you and I, we will not have rice at our wedding. We will have birdseed.
We are part of a movement. Ornithoids unite! Ah!
Okay, well, it looks like you guys have it under control, so I'm just gonna take off if that's okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just all thumbs when it comes to this kind of thing, so, I mean, you obviously have a strong male contingent.
Represent.
Yeah, you look a little pale. Maybe you should go home and just rest.
Okay. Carry on, troops.
You look panicked.
Can I get a beer, please?
You got it.
Where's Coleman?
Took the night off. He's getting ready for some wedding.
Get a shot along with that, please.
You got an aversion to weddings?
It used to be a non-issue. You know, weddings were for other people. Guys who were deluded and got themselves trapped into an unnatural state of monogamy by some girl who...
Who had their manhood in a jar on the mantle.
The more my friends who took the step, the more it started to scare me. I started wondering why, what they got out of it. And now I'm the one getting married. And I'm the one that pushed for it. Robin wanted no part of it in the start.
At least that's what she made you think.
Nah, there's no reverse psychology here. Marriage gives me something my old life couldn't. I can't wait to be a father. I can't wait to be a husband. At least I think I can't wait.
You should let me buy you another shot.
Patrick ran out of here like his hair was on fire.
Spinelli, I know Maxie is probably making you do this, but tell me the truth. Is this horrible?
You can't go by Spinelli.
Why not? He's a guy.
Yeah, but he's not a guy's guy. Most guys, they have two channels in their brain. Sports and sex. But Spinelli, he's beyond that. He's interested in everything. He has so much ridiculous knowledge in his brain. How many guys do you know everything about Russian composers and Greek tragedies and the god of Zune or whatever? I mean, when I need to talk about stuff or just vent, Spinelli's always there to listen. Like a girl would listen.
Oh, maybe I'm marrying the wrong guy.
Are you having pre-wedding jitters?
No, I mean, Patrick and I are preparing for the happiest day of our lives. I just want it to be fun, I don't want it to be stressful at all. I want to celebrate who we are and what we mean to each other.
Are you having fun?
Yes, especially since you're doing everything.
Well, I'm happy to do everything for you as long as you don't let Patrick spoil it.
With all due respect, the Doctor of Love is hanging up his romantic stethoscope, as it were, and though he may be wholeheartedly welcoming this turn his life has taken, and though he clearly loves the fair Robin and the child she's carrying, I mean, anyone may be allowed a backwards glance at all he is leaving behind.
Which is a nice way of saying Patrick's gonna miss being a babe magnet.
Well, don't get me wrong, I want to marry Robin. It was my idea. It's just hard to go from hotshot bachelor surgeon to stuffing birdseed into bundles for decoration.
They roped you into that?
Gosh, I had this nightmare of me edging the lawn on a Friday night in plaid shorts.
A little beer gut hanging over your waistband. Come on, buddy, it's the American dream.
That's my version of hell.
You want to breathe in a paper bag or something? You look a little bit pale.
Bartender, please.
Relax. Marriage does not have to be the end of life as you know it. I mean, at least not exactly. Got to stop chasing around after nurses. But I mean,
I didn't realize you were married.
no, I'm not.
Just sounded like someone with a voice of experience.
Yeah, I've got experience watching other people go through their trials and tribulations, but marriage for me is not going to happen.
Really? Why not?
Just never met the right guy, and I think that ship has sailed.
Is it because it didn't work out with your kid's father?
What do you know about my kid's father?
I've heard you mention your son, but never the father. And now that you say you're not married, I apologize. I didn't mean to cross the line.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have jumped on your foot like that. I don't actually know who the father is. A lifetime of making excuses to nosy neighbors and my very, very Catholic Italian family. It's a bit of a sore subject.
I don't mean to bug you here, but
What? You're gonna ask anyway.
did you ever try and narrow it down? I mean, did you ever think that maybe the father would want to know?
Would you?
Yeah. It happened to me. Not really in the same context, but when Robin got pregnant, she didn't tell me right away. She figured it would be my worst nightmare, and I gave her many reasons to think so. You know, the idea of being a father scared the hell out of me. It wasn't part of my plan. But I gotta be honest, it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Would you be getting married if it wasn't for this baby?
I'm getting married because I love Robin. And, you know, that's much more important than my panic over stuffing birdseed bundles and the day of the wedding. But, you know, marriage is a lifetime. And I plan on spending the rest of my life with her.
Hey,
Hi.
Hi.
what's all this?
Tiny projectiles to pelt the happy newlyweds.
Rice.
Well, actually, something a little more palatable for our woodland friends. It's an oddly hostile custom to celebrate one's nuptials, come to think of it.
I think it's a metaphorical heads up for what married life has in store.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we have to put these in the car, and then we're gonna drop them off at the church the morning of the wedding.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Okay, so what can I do to help?
All you have to do is show up and walk me down the aisle.
I wish I could be your dad.
You know, I do admit I had a fantasy of walking down the aisle and having you on one side and my dad on the other, but you know, his cancer treatments are going really well and his health is the most important thing to me. Besides, he'll be with us in spirit. And I do think that it's kind of fitting that you are going to be the one that walks me down the aisle, considering that you were the one that was with me almost the whole time I was growing up. I'm glad that you're going to be the one that gives me away.
Well, you know what? I'll be happy to walk you down the aisle and give you my blessing. But I will never give you away.